Hello babes, how are you? If you're new, hi, welcome. My name is Michelle and this is one of my many collectives, and this is what is your spiritual animal has to tell you or wants to tell you. As always, this is entirely general. Remember that the readings have no date. They are divinely guided. Everything has free will. Not everything is going to resonate with everybody, and keep in mind that the roles could be reversed for you or whoever situation or person this may resonate for. Again, as I always say, I do not run a daycare, so just know that this is entirely general and you're able to take or leave whatever you want whenever you want it. And with that said, let's move forward. Let's see what can I give you here today. So let's see. If you watch this video, it's for you. We got the black egg, the bat. We got here the tiger. We got the vulture right here. We got the hummingbird and the spider and buffalo. And this is an intuitive reading here today, as always. So I do feel that you are a unique person. I think in your family, around your circle, you're very unique. You're very unique. And sometimes people judge you for what you look on the outside, but it's because sometimes you can appear scary, or because of what you're in, like the way you dress or the way you like things, or what you like could be a little bit scary. But I do feel right here that you are pure magic being understood. With the bat right here, you are very agile, you're fast. And I do feel like some of you work best at night. That's why sometimes you feel like, oh my God, I can't sleep. But I do feel like, and this is for air signs here, some air signs are work best at night. And I feel like, just like the bat, right? You could see things on different perspectives. For example, there's like humans, we can't see very well at night. A bat can. So I do feel like you have this sense of intuition and eyesight, that you can see things that people can't. For example, you can see and understand words that have not been said. You can understand a sense, you can understand an energy. And I do feel like you are different and unique, and not everybody can appreciate that sense of yours. And I do feel like these spiritual animals are telling you that just because you're different does not mean it's not valuable. You know what I'm saying? Tiger and a vulture is giving me right here. You're always right. Every time you say something about somebody, every time you think about something, you're always right. Every time you put your eye on, you say, hey, this is gonna happen like this, or I don't feel this person is good, or you know, your intuition speaks volumes, and you're always right. And the fact that you're always right and your intuition is always so on point, people are afraid of you. And that's why they try to make you believe that you're the outcast. That's why they don't want to mingle you, because they don't want you to see how powerful you really are. You understand that? And this is one of the things I said in one of my videos on Libras, that I always make weird comments, and this actually was very intellectual. So when people see your power, when people see your light, they have the need, and these are people who are just low vibrational people, they have the need, right, to humble you, because they don't want you to see yourself how they see yourself. They say, oh my goodness, if this person is this powerful right now, imagine if they are aware of their power, imagine if they can do better. So there's going to be people trying to humble you, but they're going to do it as trying to throw shade at you, try to make you feel bad how you look, like, you know, like making you feel bad, because that is like reverse psychology, making the it girl, the it dude believe that they're not. You know what I'm saying? But it's because they can see who you are. And sometimes guys, people are threatened by what they can't control. People are threatened for what they can control. And whenever you say things and you do things that are so powerful, like, and you're never wrong, they're gonna say, oh my God, you're a danger. You're a danger. But you're not danger. You're wise. You're agile. You see things. You call things for what they are. And that's not a pill that everybody can swallow. Maybe I'm a vulture for some people because I call things for how they are. I see things how they are, and I could tell you how it is. Of course, I'm not disrespectful, because if you want me to be disrespectful, you'd be crying on the sidewalk. But I told you how I see things. And because it's not what people want, and because people nowadays are so delicate, they can't swallow truth. And they're gonna say, oh, you're evil. You're mean. No, the fact that you can't control what I say because I'm not afraid of saying how things are makes me a vulture. And that's what I'm trying to say to you. You are divine feminine. You are divine masculine. And you are pure truth. You are the eye that sees it all. And that's something that not everybody is willing to accept. You know what I'm saying? One thing about humans is everybody wants to be right, and everybody wants power. And humans are capable of recognize higher power and higher sense of vibrational people. And they are going to make everything in their power to lower that vibration because they're afraid of it. Because it says, oh my God, if this person can recognize my low vibrations, what can I do? You know what I'm saying? But like a hummingbird, it's because you're unique. Your sound is unique. You can bring blessings, and you can make miracles happen because you're unique. You know what I'm trying to say? You're going to be hearing a lot of birds. Even in the winter, you're going to hear a bird and you're like, what the frick is going on? Because it's a reminder that just because you're different does not mean you're the outcast. Sometimes the miracle was needed for a situation or a person. Your song is your voice. Your song can be your presence, the good that you do to others. And trust me, people nowadays do not embrace individuality. They don't embrace individuality. They don't embrace respect. They don't embrace boundaries. And the fact that you do that, and the fact that you always embrace who criticize you, because that's who you are. You embrace who criticize you and you respect. But the minute this person thinks they have a say, you say, I'm not the one for that. With all due respect, I'm not the one for that. And because you are the bird that is not afraid to sing your song as long as it has to, as freaking high as it has to, that's what makes you dangerous. You know what? Imagine a world that everybody will be able to express their voice. Free spirit people are always looked as the outcast, because we see the truth, we speak the truth, but people want to what? Follow a trend. Why not every tarot reader or witch speaks the truth? Because the truth, this kind of readings that I do, don't bring views. So they forget about their purpose. But at the end of the day, they're going to face a wall, because you're supposed to use this how it's intended, not how the world intended to be. We're not friends. We are mentors. We got Buffalo and Spider. You're very misunderstood. Often, you could have an old soul. You could be older as well. You could be young as heck too, but you're very wise. And people misunderstand you because they're like, oh, you're too young for this, for example. Or you're just saying this because you're old. But you have a very old soul. At the same time, because you're so rough, meaning that you have been through so much shish kebab in the life that you lived. A lot of ups, a lot of freaking downs. And sometimes, my goodness, you have been thrown to the mud, and you have been able to get up there. And the fact that you have such thick skin, it's scary to others because you're not bothered by it. And the beautiful thing is that you're also not afraid to freaking stand up for yourself and for others. And that's what the buffalo is saying. Spider. You know that the spider could be looked as a, let's say, predator, negative thing, but could also be a blessing, because spiders is how you view them, right? They could actually control For example, there was places that are full of mosquitoes or full of, I don't know, flies, and you know that they can actually contain that. A spider can be a good thing or a bad thing. It depends how you decide to view them. You know what I'm trying to say? They could be a friend. If you utilize what the spider web is doing, is catching their food, but at the same time they could catch flies, they could catch mosquitoes that could actually prevent diseases in the human world. You know what I'm saying? And this is just for woke people. If you're not woke, you're not going to understand it, and I am sorry. But either way, spider is how you look at it. And that's how you look at it too. You could be sweet as a cake, but bad as a spoiled meat. You know what I'm saying? It's whoever, because this is who you are. But people will always view you how they want to. The bat can be a creature of the night. Other people can call this Dracula. Buffalo, we can call it a protector. We can actually call it multiple things, and other people could see it as food or clothing. A tiger. A tiger can be seen as danger as well as protector. A vulture could be looked as, oh my God, let's say a killer, a murderer, or as just a recollector and a cleanser, because they take away the bad meat. You know what I'm trying to say? Oh, the hummingbird. They could also just be looked at as just a plain old bird or a unique bird, because a hummingbird is unique, especially their sound. But not everybody is willing or will be able to see that. You understand that? What I'm trying to say? That who you are deep down is not always understood by every person. And just because it's not understood by every person doesn't mean you need to change. Because who you are, what you do, and what you're meant to be is not meant to be understood by many, just by some. And that's why, for example, my channel is understood by some and not by many. Because only the ones who are meant to hear the call are the ones who are going to be understanding it. A dragon. The dragon eye. Wisdom. Good luck. Let me talk about a little bit mythology. A dragon was always looked as, oh my God, they could burn down places. It could destroy things. But also, a dragon is a protector of what things needed to be at. For example, dragons, if you know the mythology, they take care of gold, for example. For example, gold, right? But what happened with gold? It wanted to be taken by the dragon. But people call it, oh, that's the dragon's greed. Well, that is the dragon's gold. We had people coming out of their way to try to take away the dragon's gold from the dragon's castle. Half of the time when people will take the gold, they will go insane. So the dragon, if you see it in whatever way, you can see the dragon as a greedy, mythologistic thing. Or you can also see a dragon, a protector of a curse. Because every time people touch the gold, dudes and humans will go crazy. So at the end of the day, the dragon was trying to avoid a problem. But it was not seen like that. Because the dragon knew what would happen if it was in hands of humans. So dragon kept it away. Because the dragon knew. Because the dragon knew things that other people couldn't. And because we speak a different language, he or she couldn't speak up. But dragons, they're faithful. And they're protectors of whatever needs to be protected. There's no VIP pass for nobody. Unicorn. You could be mythology. You could also be a miracle. But But the fact is, like, you're not like everybody. And everybody that sees you notices that. And the beautiful thing is, like, sometimes you don't know how you do it, but you do it. And people try to make fun of you, make fun of what you do. But the fact is, like, they go like, how that somebody so different can be always the center of attention? How can somebody so different make it happen? Because you know your magic. You know your magic. And even though that you were different, you knew that magic within you makes it happen. Dolphin right here. Dolphin right here. I want to show you. Hold on, let me give another one. B. The dolphin, the animal, right? It's a very friendly animal, right? It's loved by a lot of people, but also could be fearful. So that's who you are too. You're not evil or good. You are pretty much whatever side people meet. For example, I could be very nice, very, very loving, but just like a dolphin, I could be deadly too. Like, you pick a side. But what we do is, dolphins are faithful. Dolphins are faithful. And also, they always find their community, their pack. Again, there's a lot of things about the animal that could be very dangerous too. But everything in history has a good side and a bad side. It's how you view the side that you want to view. Like, look about the human side. Humans, we can be so kind. There is people who go out of their way to help people in need. There's people who give for what they have and don't have. But there's also very negative sides of the humans. So humans are not neither good or bad. We're just what our intent goes. You know what I'm saying? B right here. B right here is always with their pack. Again, I don't know how you say it in English. And they live for a purpose. To get honey. To get honey to the queen and to their family, whatever that thing is called. But when it's necessary, when their purpose, or let's say their task is in danger, for example, humans, they will actually sting you, even though that stinging costs their life. So the bee right here is telling you that sometimes the purpose may get a detour. And sometimes you need to do a sacrifice, even though that's going to end a situation. So like I said before, spiritual people are people who are the loneliest sometimes, or their inner circle is very tiny, because not everybody is going to understand you, and is not going to understand why you do things. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, like I told you before, the universe and the world, we coexist. We're not the same. And sometimes recognizing that, it could be stingy, just like the bee. Lizard. The lizard could be very slow, but also when it's needed, could be very fast. They don't are actually aggressive animals, but when they need to, they defend themselves. They actually adjust very nicely into temperatures, but they never should be outside too outside of what their temperature or what their atmosphere should be. So just like the lizard, you're able to enjoy the world. You're able to enjoy this kind of life that we have, but you should not mingle for too long. Otherwise, you're going to forget where you belong, and then your spiritual sense will die. You know what I'm trying to say? The whale. The song of a whale. Sometimes people, and this is just people that books that I read and things that I see online, people say like, oh my God, but you know, sometimes like the song of the whale could be the siren song sometimes, because it's beautiful, mesmerizing, and sometimes you don't know what it means. So what the whale right here is telling you, Sing the song of life. Find your pack and your community, because only the right people are going to understand your song. Like, this reading is going to sound pathetic for some people, but the people who are actually energetically drawn and meant to hear this reading will understand what I'm saying, because I'm telling you specifically how it's meant to hear. It's meant to be heard by you. If you don't understand it, either or it's not the right time for you to hear this, you're not yet in the spiritual journey, or it's just not for you. The wolf. Wolves are actually either or loners sometimes, or they could have a pack. But one of the things about the wolf, that they have very intense intuition, and they actually study before attacking their prey, let's say, right? But another thing about the wolf is that it's a leader. Even though that they always have the leader of the pack, every single one that's part of that pack is a leader. So meaning that you need to find people who are mind-like you, and try to exist and try to mingle and work with people who are natural leaders. Spiritual people, most of us, each one of us, are natural leaders. And that's why sometimes it's hard to get along, because sometimes people forget that we all have our point of view, we all have our own experiences, and we all have a way in how we do our craft. And there's no right and wrong, because we all respect and live the same, and we respect the same situation, which is the universe, and we all should respect the free will. But the fact is, like, not everybody is willing to be the wolf with other wolves. And that's why you will always find a spiritual person telling that he or she is wrong, I'm right, because naturally spiritual people are leaders. And not everybody is willing to speak with respect and with the idea of, like, you are a leader like me, like you're a leader like me. We think differently, but we have a similar purpose, yet we use different methods. So sometimes when you are this wolf and let's say that you meet this pack, let's continue to talk about the wolves, and this pack does something different, and your ideas and values or whatever, it does not go with that, doesn't always mean that they're wrong. It's just like they're not for you, and you need to find a different pack. And often, until you do that, you are going to be a lonely wolf. You know what I'm trying to say? But always know that your intuition is right. Peacock. We're talking about beauty here. So peacocks, they're a beautiful animal. And at times, if you look at the cartoons, they're actually looked at as they're cocky, like full of themselves. Hold on, I'm out my nose. Full of themselves. And this is one of the things that the peacock irradiates. You know what I'm saying? But also, the peacock could actually be very kind. I do feel like this is what it says. Simple. Do not judge a book by its cover. Do not judge a book by its cover, because the beauty, the confidence that is on the outside could be a softy marshmallow on the inside. So I do feel like sometimes that's how people view you. That's my point. Like the peacock, beautiful, outstanding, confident, and they tend to judge you by that. But they don't know that before becoming this peacock, you were this lamb, little, naive, and you used to sacrifice a lot, meaning that you could be a people's pleaser. And whenever you realize that this energy of the lamb was actually being taken care of in a negative way, meaning that people were taking abusing of your kindness. Sorry, I speak two languages, so I get confused. You had to become the peacock. So not everybody is going to see the lamb in your peacock energy. You know what I'm saying? Only worthy people.